right? Goal today is at the very least Wyvern 11, and if we can, I'm gonna try to do Wyvern 13. All right, let's see what we get. You know, my luck so far has been like pretty mid. Oh, Alexa, we are in it to win it, boys. All I need is a Mooey now, and we're gonna go Sky. Okay, Alexa, that's our Wyvern 13 DPS. I'm going to make it a point to not play Cigarette. Fairly good versus Landy? I actually don't know about that.
I wondered when you'd call.
We got Basar. Okay, this is like a pretty outdated unit. I don't think we're playing him ever, to be honest. Like, Mooey's actually, no joke, the best. Please be a Mooey. Let's go! All right, we're going Sky, guys. It's a first. It's a first. Oh my god, the TFT player in me just came out. It's a first. It's a first. All right. Woo. I'm gonna save this for you guys here. What do we got? Sonya. Am I hitting all 3-star state? Oh shit, guys. Ricarus. Isn't this guy a part of the Holy Trinity and he just got punched in the balls? He got giga nerfed. Assassin Cartuja. Meeting new people is one way to have fun. All right, at least my ML5s are like not coming. I got no ML5s. I'm getting turbo scammed on this account. Oh wow, I got 3 for me. All right, more ML4s, please. I hope I keep getting nothing. Okay, nice. This is not a proud acquisition. Wow, yeah, I'm really the king of ML4s. Like, I get no ML5s, but all the ML4s, yum yum. Speaking of yum yum, all right, we take that too. Let's get it. Wow, 3, huh? Cartel account, man. Tempest Surin. I don't actually know if this might be usable, but I'll think about it. The random banners come in Epic 7. It's good, right? But most of the summons you want to do in Epic 7 comes from the story banner thing. Getting characters and getting side stories, right? Which is like, in FGO, you would call it an interlude, right? So how this works is you can choose which one comes in Epic 7. And now we've had 5 years, 5 episode worth of stories. I would recommend once you get past the early phases of the game, you know, in the beginning, just pick whoever you like. Doing them all is going to be good for you, and you want to bank up on these story collections because every 4 of them, you guys see how I have 20? Every 4 of them, you get to do a story summon, which means you could choose any of these characters as long as they've been out for more than 6 months to put up and then pull out their banner. So every single player can have like a different progression for what unit you want to pull out. Now for me, this guy is, spoiler alert, probably my favorite unit in the entire game to play. In about 2 weeks, I'm just gonna pop it and I'm gonna start summoning him on my new account. So we're just gonna pull him out straight up. Now, if you don't have this character, I highly recommend you get him. I highly recommend you select a Wind Rider. A lot of PvP should just be super simple for you. If you have him and you have Arbiter Vildred and you just build a cast of characters to support them, you will have a super easy time with PvP, especially leading up to like ranks like Masters and Challengers and Arena and RTA as well. After trimming guild a little bit, if you guys look in the Discord, we have a second guild now. You can hit up Gordon. Gordon's been helping out a little bit. Frost's been helping out with him. So we'll have channels up for the Discord. I'll have some guilds that if you want, you can make one and you can run it out of my Discord. But for the moment, we're full. So if you guys really need a guild, and if you're starting a new account, I definitely recommend having one. You can have at least a place where you're using like your resources. So if you need a new guild, hit up Gordon and his guild. I guess this is technically day 4, huh? Oh yeah. Oh wait, guys. 9 Mystic Medals, Bat Chest. Oh my god, we lose 4 more Guild Wars and I got 1 more summons. Let's go. We gotta hit gold 5 in Arena, which is another thing we gotta do. So all of these things have to be happening at the same time. But I'm in Silver 1 already, so I'm actually fairly close. So let's make it a point to kind of go over how to climb Arena to gold 5. I'm not just like clicking any team and I'm clicking go. I'm purposely avoiding units that could actually body my team. I see a Luna, I see a Tyria, like I'm probably not touching the team with a Luna. I'm probably not touching the team with a DN. But like this, I have to fight Brieg and Destina. The A Ross is probably not a huge factor, but that Brieg might mess me up. But let's go for it. Like out of all of these teams, if I don't want to drop my 11 streak, it's probably this one. You can probably outspeed with RB and kill my... The issue is my RB's level 50. So the real question is between a level 50 Brieg and a level 50 RB. right? It's Brieg and Destina, and I have Arby and Ray. Like, who's actually stronger here? Destina's going afterwards. We can just go in for some fluff damage.
Destina's protection.
Right, so you're always looking for the easiest team in any one of the threes to continue your streak. That's pretty important. Now, if you don't, always win, and you start losing a little bit, you start dropping your streak, does it matter? Not really. It doesn't matter all that much. But it will slow down the speed at which you hit gold 5. And if you don't hit gold 5 fast enough, you don't get your RB early enough, right? And that's the thing you really want. Alright, I think we're good. We can just let RB auto it.
You degrade yourself.
Back in the days, and if this is a real Brieg with a Destina, I'm not beating them. Like, if you just have your Elberist, you're probably gonna hit more as you play the game, And if you ever start touching RTA one day and you're losing because you're not hitting your Elberist enough, then you can bottle it. Then it's not too late to still bottle it, right? You just use your resources when the need arises. You don't have to go into them early. Oh, hey, another level 80A weapon for me? I guess this is a good time to spin into this topic. Conquest Points. This is the currency you get for playing Arena. I already went over how important it is every day, or every week rather, to buy this Molagora. And you want to bank up as much as you can because that's a main bottleneck to whether or not you can skill up your units. Every day you're trying to buy these, and there's going to be a time where you buy charms. But as new players, you're going to look to pick up the gear from Arena here. 40% off. I actually think we could pick up some pretty decent gear in here. So if you guys look at how the armor set looks, this injury set, right, which is 70% off, and anything older all look the same. And then this HP set, and then anything after this HP set kind of looks similar. So it is super important you do not buy anything that's older than this. Even though it's cheaper, this gear is actually worse. If you have something that you really need just to finish off a build for you, regardless of how it rolls, it's actually okay. You can buy it, right? All right, let's say you're trying to finish off a DPS unit. You're like, wow, I really need a crit chance chess piece, right? Yeah, I guess you can buy this, you can roll it. But the issue with this is that the actual substat values kind of roll like these level 88s, where they roll a lot lower. So you're coming in to kind of fish for really good pieces of gears that's going to finish your builds. And that's what you really want to use this for. So I'm looking for this. All right, boom, get that in. On the topic of leveling up your hero's skills, right? You guys will notice, it might not seem like a lot, because most of the time you do some stuff like this, you're like, okay, go up 5% damage, pop, go up 5% damage. Does that really matter? But when you really add everything up, right? 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45% damage. All of this adds up to be quite a lot. So it's really important, especially for units you play very often, to level up their skills as highly as you can. And because we're playing Arbiter Vildred a lot, I'm just going to max out his skill 3, which is when he spins everything. And when he revives, he drops the big snakes. For DPS characters, damage dealers, it is always plus 15. You're maxing everything. On a 5-star character, that will cost you 33 Molagoras, and on a 4-star characters, it'll cost you 22. RB stage 2 is going to be 606. And you're probably playing like that until you are maxing out on everything, and then you're going 636, right? And that's going to be your plus 15. Now, for a character like Angelica, which we're only going to use for hunts, we're not leveling anything in her S1. This is worthless. It is 0. For early stages, we're probably going to not level up her healing as well. It is going to be 0, 0, but her ultimate does have a 1-turn cooldown. For support characters, this is super important. So for early stages, you're going 0, 0, 3. And then for mid and end stages, on Angelica, it's going to be the same. It's going to be 0, 5, 5. Goal today is at the very least Wyvern 11, and if we can, I'm going to try to do Wyvern 13. Are you going to make a one-shot? What? No, I don't even have a one-shot on IG and Valky. I don't do Wyvern one-shots. Wyvern one-shot's a fucking scam. I've said it before. I'll say it now. Like, there's no need for Wyvern one-shot ever. Like, the only people who need a Wyvern one-shot team are Giga Space Whales. If you're trying to refresh more than like $300 a day worth of energy, sure, like one-shot, right? I think you should one-shot hunts. If it's like old Banshee where it's way too much trouble to not one-shot and one-shotting is not very hard, sure, go for a one-shot, right? Especially on a new account, don't go for one-shot comps. Don't let these guys in the community bait you into thinking somehow one-shot is a necessary way to you have to play Epic 7 with. Like, I don't even farm Endgame with one-shot comps. It forces you to put pretty good gear on units that absolutely do not deserve it, so you can burn your energy faster and log off a little bit earlier. Like, you're putting this thing on auto in the background anyway. Who gives a shit if you're one-shotting? Now that we have 3 level 60 heroes, we unlock this one. Alexa has a specialty change that we might want to unlock, right? So it's Mui first, probably. So let's do it. It honestly doesn't matter. So this is going to save us some resources as well. And if we're going to do this, I'm taking my Arby's entire set. We also currently have free unequip, right? So just don't be afraid to do this when it costs you nothing. Normally, this is kind of scary, but free unequip, we ball. All the gears are going to come in. Oh, 3 rolls of crit damage for me? Okay. Yeah, we're in the money. We're in the money. All right, let's do this. Furious, level 50. This is all I need as well. Yeah, so you want him to land the defense break first, right, guys? And if he lands the defense break first, that means your other characters get to do the damage. It doesn't help very much if your other characters do the damage and then he defense breaks them, and then the boss takes a turn, and then you lose a turn of your defense break. You want to take as many turns with your defense break as possible. I think for Angelica, it's literally just probably the healing amount or dispel 1 debuff. But it's speed. Don't worry if you don't get the one you need. I think if you get like 7 of the wrong ones, you can trade it in for one with the skill that you want, and it'll be perfect. And I would definitely recommend saving that for PvP, because PvE, you know, 7 speed for a PvE unit, and it's like maybe a little bit of the wrong effect, whatever, right? We just need our characters to be good enough. Oh, that looks so anemic, but it's fine. It looks so bad, but it's fine. The turn order goes Furious, Alexa, Angelica, Mui. And that's what we really care about. We care about Furious going first. I guess we'll call it day 4. I want to call it 3 days because I didn't play yesterday just due to IRL hitting me real hard. But if I can push this up to Wyvern 13, it's still pretty good. So I just want to see how this works, right? And this is a pretty big thing. So a lot of people would always ask me like, hey, Mr. Streamer, hey, Valk, hey, Uncle, like, what do you think about this build, right? And I would always ask them the killer question. Have you played it? And that's not to like shit on you, right? The reason why I ask that is this. So look at what we're doing right now, right? We're testing whether or not our build works. We're testing whether or not our theory works, right? And look at that. It's working swimmingly. And if I didn't actually test it, I would actually have no idea. But because, you know, we're taking the time to test, right? And this goes for both PvP and PvE, right? If you're doing a hunt team, test it out. See if it actually works out for you, right? We're testing it and it looks like it's working great, right? If you ask me in a vacuum, I don't know, I think it works. I wouldn't know either, right? If you really cared about finding out, test it, right? That's the important part about Epic 7, right? The only thing you can't really test stuff in is Guild War, right? Look at that. You know, we were doing Arbiter Vildred, level 60, fully geared out, and we were kind of stuck, right? And now we freshly built 4 units, and suddenly everything is clicking together, right? All right, Wyvern 11. So this used to be the greatest, like, wall in the game, right? Before there was Rift, before there was Hunt 13, there was Hunt 11. So the tuning here is a little bit bad, but our Furious is actually a little bit too fast. But you can see how the team is working together. Defense break comes in, I got the damage, and now Alexa is hitting Daydream Joker procs. And let's get to Hunt 13 first, because I'm pretty sure we'll clear 11 and 12 no problems. Yeah, it's not perfectly tuned, but against a faster enemy, I think this will be fine, right? Like, we're only really getting 1 good turn, but like look at the Mui counter, our team is CR pushing, right? Boom, Wyvern 11, done. All right, on to Wyvern 12. Is aiming for Legend and RTA a realistic goal for anyone, or is it really reserved for people who have talent or guess unlimited money? If you have a gaming budget of anywhere above like $100 a month just for Epic 7, I would say it's a pretty realistic goal if you're willing to put in like a year or 2 in it. You know what I mean? It's pretty tough. I think like sticking at it will do you more favors than like spending money in bursts. That's a pretty big part of it. Like if you're completely free to play, it's pretty tough to ask. Like people have done it, right? Yeah, like you guys see how the defense break and the target debuff works so well together to amplify our damage to do this? Okay, so that tells me before we hit Wyvern 13, we gotta really bulk up Alexa, because if she dies in 2 rotations to Wyvern 12, we're not surviving Wyvern 13. I'm gonna fucking die. But we should have, yep, just enough to kill Wyvern 12, right? And remember what I said, guys. The key word here is good enough, right? Doesn't matter if it's like this, full auto Wyvern 12, good enough. Okay, I just want to get started in 13 and see where we end up. It'll give me a better direction on how to improve this comp, right? So this is a pretty big concept in Epic 7. Before we got cut off and everything, right? This is a pretty big concept. This is called tuning, right? You're going to be doing tuning in PvP, and you're going to be doing tuning in PvE as well. And that's really just testing something, see if your team works together. And then if it doesn't, what's causing our loss? And how can we fix it? Wee woo, there's too many of them. Wee woo. 2, yo, thank you for the raid, dude. Welcome in, guys. This is my 4-day-old account. Technically 3 days because I didn't even play yesterday. But let's call it what it is, right? It's day 4 of the account, and I'm seeing if we can do Wyvern 13 by day 4, basically. Oh, landed 2 poisons. Wait, this might actually even be a winning run. All right, boys. Grab your popcorns. Am I doing day 4 Wyvern? Ooh, okay, we re-up the D-break. All right, Alexa. We should probably turn Alexa's skill off here, but you really need her skill on for the first wave. Okay, Mui landed 3 attacks. Okay, Furious, we re-up our defense break. Alexa's hitting twice. Oh, and a cheeky dual attack, getting it in. Oh, that we like to see it. And now Alexa heals again. Or Angelica, I'm sorry. Oh, not enough damage, right? So when the dragon pops the bubble, it's really bad. Because if you don't pop the bubble before it takes a turn, you will probably die. So a small chance we will be able to make it through. But let's see where this goes, right? Ideally, a well-tuned Wyvern team kills it before the first bubble phase. Oh, that's so close. Oh! Oh, baby! Oh! Let's go! Let's go! Woo! Say it with me, guys. Good enough. Okay? Alright, day 4 Wyvern 13 with 3 days played. Let's get it. Alright, so now that we know it works, all we have to do is refine all of our win conditions to shore up our loss conditions, right? I know it's a lot of big words, guys, especially if you're new, you know, win condition, loss condition, but I really want to make sure you guys understand this is how you should look at any content in Epic 7, and that will help you a lot when you go later into the game, into RTA, into Arena, you know, understanding what makes for a win condition and what makes for a loss condition. And the biggest thing about being able to auto Wyvern 13 is that the moment you unlock this, you basically unlock the biggest energy sink in the game. If you have like work the next day and you don't want to do anything, you don't want to make any story progression, that's fine. You just turn on your Wyvern 13, let it burn all your energy, pick up all of your free stuff on the day, log off what you're going to use to compete with other players by the end of the game. And that is the main thing. Now, if you're one of the new players who's watching this and you're like, oh shit, I got this, I gotta do this in 3 days. No, you don't. I made it a point to rush this as much as I can, but you absolutely do not have to do this in 3 days. Get it done on your own schedule. You know, it's a video game. Have fun, play whatever units you like. And after you have this, you can start building other characters you want to play. And that's all there really is to it.
Fight for Akim till the end, cower before the greatness of Akim. Too late for regrets.
Let's Lead the way.
Rest in peace.
Forward, forward! Glory for Aachen. Death to our foes!
Is this your all?
Oh my.
Fire! Fire! Cower before the greatness of Aachen.
You can't handle me.
The dawn is quietly blazing.
All decisions have consequences.
Fight for Aachen until the end. We will destroy all who stand against us.
Light. Light.
Is this your all? Rest in peace.
Fire! Fire! Glory for Aachen. Death to our foes!
In the name of the gods.